Hey Collective and Soul Tribe, I will be pulling messages today from the goddess, I believe it's the, goddess, I can't even speak today, guys. I've been pulling so many readings for today that I'm getting all tongue-tied and twisted. But it is the goddess oracle deck I will be using today. I will be pulling messages for April 22nd. You don't have to be female to resonate with these messages. Please keep in mind that most of my readings are gender neutral. So you could be male, female, doesn't matter. It's basically all about energy. Okay. So a lot of people don't realize that we do have both male and female aspects of ourselves in our DNA. It depends on how tapped in we are to it, right? So for some of us, you know, if you're more masculine, like say you're feminine, but you might come off more masculine, your masculinity is more in tuned, then you'll notice that about yourself, you know, in general. And again, if you're a male, you could be more feminine, right? You don't have to be, you know, a specific demographic. You could just be very feminine or, you know, flamboyant or, you know, things of that nature. So it doesn't have to be about gender, okay? Again, it's just energy. So take what resonates for some of you guys. But yeah, I'm going to pull some messages. Holy Spirit, what messages does the collective need to know for today? Please give me clear, concise messages. Okay, so the first card that came out, I'm not even going to butcher this, but it says postpone. I hope I'm saying this right. But basically the color green and also pomegranates could be very significant for you guys at this time. It says, in every cycle of life, I find renewal and balance, okay? So a lot of this energy that I'm picking up in most of my readings as of lately is there's a lot of grounding and balancing at this time. So a lot of you guys could be meditating, like I mentioned in my last reading. You could be meditating, grounding yourself, putting yourself out in nature could be significant. It doesn't have to be like in nature per se, like, you know, you being in the bushes in the middle of like no man's land. It just literally could be just going outside, getting some fresh air, breathing in some oxygen, you know, walking around a mall or a plaza, walking around maybe your neighborhood, for example. So it doesn't have to be you being like Tarzan or being a garden lady. You don't have to, but that could resonate for some of you guys. Like for some, because the weather is changing, you could be like gardening more, planting more seeds in that sense. So take what resonates. But the next card that came out was Atira. It says, with every step I take, I am connected to earth and energy. Okay, again, grounding energy again. So for some reason, you could have earth placements in your chart as well. For some of you guys, like Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So take what resonates. This could be your sun, moon, rising, Venus, or your north node. But yeah, you could have those placements. Doesn't matter where in your chart, but you could have those placements. So it's a very calm energy that I'm picking up and feeling at this time right now. So the next card that came out is Selene. So this is also in regards to like the moon. So you could have like moon energy, for example. You could be a water sign. So take what resonates on Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. But this card says, I light the light of illumination, fill me with love. Okay. So for some of you guys, you could resonate with the moon a lot. That could be something where you get your energy from, like the light itself, okay? And you might also want to tap into these cards too, because they could also resonate for you guys, or it could be like confirmation for some of you guys too. So yeah, for some reason, I feel like with these cards too, you might want to either write them down or like put them somewhere that you know it might like resonate with you for some of you guys. So I'm just gonna pull some more cards to see. So the next card that came out actually too, guys, I'm not even gonna butcher this or even try to, okay? The card says, I express myself with honesty and integrity. Okay, so I'm picking up water energy on this, and I'm also seeing that she's holding something where it looks like a pearl. So this looks like Cancer energy too. So for some reason also, I'm also getting the energy where you could have Cancer, not just Cancer, but like water and earth placements in your chart, like in your zodiac sign. The next card that came out was Mayat, and it says, I treat others and myself with respect and honesty. So the Libra card came out, so balance could also be significant. I'm gonna see if I can pull maybe 1 or 2 more cards and see what comes out. Holy Spirit, what other messages do you have for the collective? Please give me clear, concise messages for the collective, please. What messages do they need to know at this time? Okay, so the last card that came out says Spider Grandmother, and it says, I have clear vision and see beneath the surface. So in this card, like the image that I'm seeing, it's somebody who has like a native background. Also, what I'm also picking up is somebody who can web and weave, okay? So I'm picking up somebody who likes to crochet. Knitting and crocheting could be very significant to you guys. Webbing and weaving also, for some reason, just resonates for some of you guys who can basically web and weave anything in life. So you can basically put your life together. You basically can web and weave any situation. So you could be stuck in the wilderness, okay? This is a quick example before I end the message. But you could be in a wilderness, right? And you could just have a stick. And you could take that stick and find a way to build fire with it, okay? And then say you find the fire and you're like, all right, I built my fire, now let me find food. So you go out into the wilderness and you find water. And then you say, okay, I find water, let me get fish. So basically you're somebody that it doesn't matter what the world or the universe hands to you, you basically will find a way to maneuver through these situations, because again, you're guided and gifted in that sense. So even if other people try to come against you and try to like put obstacles against you, so they stop your purpose, for example, like say you're supposed to be a magician, right? You make music, and every time you try to make your own music, you have producers or other people stopping you and saying to you like, oh, this doesn't sound good, or oh, this is not what we want in our mainstream. And then you go on TikTok, for example, or YouTube, and you post your music or your stuff, and everybody else is basically saying something differently. So it's almost like you always come up against these blockages, but then you almost find a way to, go through the blockages without being stopped, right? So it's almost like the devil, if you want to say like the death card or the tower moment, right? The devil, it's not a bad thing, but it's almost like the devil trying to go, he, I got you where I want you and I stopped you, now what? And most people would just give up, but you're like, I'm not gonna stop, right? I'm gonna keep going. So obviously take what resonates for some of you guys, but I will end the messages here. I do hope it resonates for some of you guys. Please comment down below if it resonates for you, or like the video. Again, I don't mind if you guys comment in the video just like to say hey or anything like that, because I will respond obviously and say hey back. But share the video if it resonates for somebody else, and I will see you guys in the next reading. I do hope you guys have a really good day. Go outside, get some fresh air, and enjoy yourself and your family and friends and whoever you have that are close around you. But yeah, I'll see you guys. Bye, collective.